Hello and welcome. I'm Raul Klingberg. You may have heard of me from my Klingberg Wing series of flying wing aircraft. This series of videos that I'm doing currently is about the Flair 30 crash, which occurred, 30 some odd years ago. I've always been fascinated by that accident because there seemed to be several disconnects in the information that was available, both the technical information and some of the other factors that were surrounding that crash. And there's been materials that have been published saying this is what happened, this is what went wrong. And they didn't really, those puzzle pieces didn't seem to fit together for me. So I've done a lot of analysis and discovered that most of those conclusions are probably wrong. I've done a lot of analysis as a result of my curiosity and discovered that most of the information that's out there about the cause of the crash is simply wrong. And if you're super familiar with the crash or the aircraft or the people involved, what has been held as tribal knowledge for more than 30 years, probably wrong. And I thought that we need to get the correct information out there. And in the past, it wasn't really possible. It wasn't easy to find out the root cause of the crash because you couldn't do the aerodynamic analysis that needs to be done to find out what went wrong. But we have that capability now into it. So this is a little preview of a long video that's coming. It'll probably be at least a couple hours long on all of the factors that went into this. This video will give you the bottom line up front as to what went wrong. So if you have a short attention span or you don't care about the details, you'll find out right now in just a few moments. I don't want you to miss the opportunity to see the full explanation. So what you really need to do is hit the subscribe button and then ring the bell so you get the notifications. And if you're a friendly viewer, you'll hit that like button. And if you do that for me, that helps me out a lot. Keeps me going on these things. So don't forget, before I'm done here, hit subscribe and hit notifications. So bottom line, what went wrong? The placement of the hinge line here. This line right along here and on the other side. That is this is the hinge line for the flap right here, and this is the hinge line for the elevon out here. The placement of that hinge line was put a fatal error into the design. It was due to crash sooner or later. As soon as it got into the combination of configurations on the aircraft, is going to crash, or at least it was going to fall out of the sky. If it would have been high enough, might have been able to recover, maybe. But it is an aerodynamic flaw. I don't believe the designers knew it was a flaw, and it's not a flaw that would show up immediately because it requires a combination of factors to get to the crash. And then when it does happen, it's practically instantaneous. So that's the bottom line. People have said, oh, it's the giant flap. Elevons are too small. Pilot was on top of the wing. That caused CG problems. The CG was too far aft, too far forward. None of that pertains here. Some people have talked about the airfoil a little bit. And surprisingly enough, it also has almost nothing to do with the airfoil. Airfoil was a kind of a contributing factor, but not really the driving factor. It is strictly the placement of that hinge line. There are other contributing factors that have to be present in order to cause the crash, but the base of the technical problem is the placement of that hinge line. And we're going to talk about why they put it there and what it actually caused to happen relative to the aerodynamics. You will find the story fascinating. I really think that you don't want to miss it, so hit subscribe, ring the bell, and come on back for the full-blown analysis and conclusions. And in the meantime, as I always say, fly safe. Bye for now.